This has been an incredibly dynamic time in the electricity industry. Changes in markets, technology, regulatory frameworks, and over the course of the last year, Bonneville has really reinvigorated and recommitted itself to its core role as an engine of the Pacific Northwest's economic prosperity and environmental sustainability. And we tried to really firm this up last year through the release of our 2018 through 2023 strategic plan. And the plan was not only a ratification and a recommitment to our role as a provider of power at cost, but also lays out a blueprint for how we will be able to meet our full breadth of public responsibilities through a commercially successful business. And when I look back after only 12 months, it's pretty amazing how much we've been able to accomplish on each of those 4 strategic objectives in just 1 year. Starting out with strengthening our financial health. First of all, having the ability to take $132 million a year out of our cost structure for the 2020 IPR was an incredible accomplishment. We have demonstrably bent the cost curve. We've also, with the release of the financial plan last year, we immediately went into an execution mode and were able to secure up to $3.5 billion of regional cooperation debt financing with our partners at Energy Northwest. That gives us tremendous financial flexibility into the future, and coupled with the sort of discipline that we have around asset management, I think it really sets us up for great capital and O&M planning for many, many years. In 2018, we were able to settle long-standing litigation with California over the California power crisis. This is litigation that had literally been on our books for 15, 17 years. We finally were able to get that potential exposure off our books, and really allows us to reinitiate and reinvigorate our partnerships with the utilities in the state of California. You then move into modernizing our assets and system operations, getting our long-term view about where we want to spend our money, on which assets and at which time frame. A lot of progress there. We've also been able to significantly advance our grid modernization initiative. We now have a really clear blueprint for the key investments and key programs that we need to take on over the next several years to really modernize our operations and take advantage of all the new technologies and innovation that are out there in the marketplace. In the third area of competitive power products and services, probably one of the most memorable things we accomplished in 2018 was the signing of a 200 megawatt capacity agreement with Portland General. This is a really important step in demonstrating the role of clean hydro as a provider of flexibility and carbon-free capacity, not just to our public power customers, but into other markets as well. The trading floor, the Bull Hub are doing a fantastic job of thinking creatively about new market opportunities that can help open up new revenue opportunities for Bonneville and help us with our bottom line. In the area of fish and wildlife, which is a really, really important part of our overall power cost structure as well. First of all, we were able to successfully extend the very important Columbia Basin Fish Accords for another 4 years. It's a very important part of our working relationships and also bringing cost stability to our fish and wildlife program. And then, of course, at the very end of the year, we are able to sign what I think will truly go down as a really monumental agreement with the state of Oregon and Washington and the Nez Perce Tribe around a flexible spill agreement. This is the first time in many years that we've been able to get out of court with the state of Oregon and the Nez Perce Tribe and find a better way to co-optimize improved salmon survival while preserving affordable carbon-free hydro flexibility. And so this is a really, really important agreement, and my hope is that it establishes a much better framework for collaborative working relationships with those parties for many, many years. In our fourth strategic objective around providing responsive and efficient transmission service, first of all, just the teamwork that team has demonstrated to bring all those different parts of that organization together around our tariff and to get a settlement agreement around our tariff such that we no longer have to go back to FERC for tariff approvals, and we're able to get everybody onto a common tariff with pro forma business practices and rules. That is a monumental accomplishment. Just hats off to that team for pulling that off. A couple of other really important agreements this year. We were able to sign an agreement with Lower Valley Energy to actually have them take on the responsibility to build the Hooper Springs transmission line. This is just another wonderful example of creativity and agility in helping our customers solve some of their problems and bring financing to the table without always relying on us to take on every infrastructure obligation. Last year we signed a new agreement with the California ISO to take reliability coordinator services from the CAISO. We're moving away from peak reliability as that organization sunsets, and we're going to have a new organization to take reliability services from. That was a big deal and a big transition. The team handled that very, very smoothly. One of the most important things is we got all this work done, and we got it done safely. Last year was actually a challenging year when you think about it honestly about safety. We actually had quite a few incidents, but the severity of accidents has been coming down at Bonneville. We had our lowest recorded days away restricted time scores, I think, in our history. And I think Bonneville is becoming a safer and more open, honest, and transparent place when it comes to safety. And so those cultural elements are really moving in the right direction. That's just really, really important. So let's keep that up. There's really nothing more important. FY19, of course, is already we're just a few months into it, but it's already shaping up to be probably about as big a year as 2018. We're going to be making a very, very important decision this summer on whether or not Bonneville is going to be joining the energy imbalance market. That's a central piece of our grid modernization strategy, and I'm excited to bring that conversation to a conclusion. Of course, we're deeply involved in the Columbia River System Operations Review. That's going to be a very, very, very important conversation with the region about the future of our power system and how to best protect salmon while preserving an adequate and affordable carbon-free power system. And then, of course, we'll have a rate case decision in July, and as I've said to everybody, we're going to run right through the tape and try to keep those final rate case numbers as low as possible. And I've been really pleased to see the level to which Bonneville, its employees, our customers have really embraced the strategic plan and set off on a course of really delivering on its objectives over the years to come.